Hey, what's going on everyone? So we finally escaped lockdown of Sydney. So the start of our trip was absolute bloody chaos. So the car was in for a service, then the trailer was in for a service, and then Sydney started having some COVID cases come up, and we're starting to think...
Panic.
Yeah, panic. And we're like, a lockdown's gonna have to happen. So the trailer came back from a service on a Wednesday afternoon. We had everything laid out. I was going to do a whole video on all the things we're taking and what we're going to pack and all that sort of thing. But then when the trailer came back and on the car, everything was just thrown in the car and trailer, and then we were out of it. So we ended up heading to Wagga, which is where Belle's folks are from. And then we had to do our lockdown there for 14 days, because when the lockdown laws came in, it said if you had left Sydney by a certain date, then you had to lock down wherever you are. So then we had to do lockdown for the 14 days in Wagga. So for the rest of this episode, we'll be going through Lake Mary Kathleen, which is one of my favourite campsites. Big call, but it is absolutely unreal.
It's a big call.
And then from there, we'll go and have a look at Lawn Hill. So we'll put all those videos in. So stay tuned.
Should be good.
Just bloody falling down a hole, but we're here.
How embarrassing.
Sydney's in lockdown. We got out 2 weeks ago in Wagga, and we're finally here to cross the border. Finally the trip can start after South Australia shut the borders, couldn't go that way. Stuck in Wagga. Queensland to Northern Territories, missing Uluru, missing on the trip with the Aboriginal elder, all sorts of things, but we're at least on the road. Thanks, darling. So we've landed at one of my favourite campsites in the country, Lake Mary Kathleen, which is about an hour or so out of Mount Isa. It's an old abandoned uranium mine, one of the first in the country. And it's now just this absolutely beautiful lake, free to camp on. Got the hammock set up on the little point here. Our campsite's, you just can't see, it's just over that little bush there. We've got one group of neighbours, so there's just, the 4 of us, or 2 campsites. And absolutely unreal. So we're just sitting here having happy hour, got the drinks out.
Cheers.
Got our cheese and bickies and next beer ready to go.
All the essentials.
Got a little swing over here to enjoy. And pretty much got the whole afternoon to ourselves.
On the side of the road, letting our tyres down. Where are we? Out of Lawn Hill? I mean Adels Grove.
About 140 k's out of Lawn Hill or Adels Grove. So we got about 100, well, that far of dirt road to go. And it started okay, but it's starting to get a bit bigger rocks and corrugations and stuff, so better do the right thing and let the tyres down.
What are you going down to?
Going down to just over 30, so maybe a little bit lower. So I went a little bit lower than I should have, but the gauge turns out it's not working very well. And these things, tyre monitors, are an absolute pest. They're good when they're on, but letting your tyres down are a nightmare.
Also a pest flies around my tuna wrap. Big pest.
So we arrived in Lawn Hill last night. in this unreal campsite. It's so green and tree. We had some great friends last night that we made just over here. So we'll go and meet up with them in Victoria. Everyone's got their own little fireplace we had last night. We got, what, $40 a night staying here, which for a campsite is a bit steep for no power. But it is beautiful.
Free.
Laundry's free, so we've done all our washing today, which was good.
And the camp's actually called Adels Grove.
What did I say?
You said Lawn Hill.
Oh, we're going to Lawn Hill today, which is 10 k's down the road. So that's Lawn Hill National Park. That's run by Queensland National Park and is like $8 or $9 a night, but you have to book that like 3 months in advance. So we came here. It is a beautiful spot.
It's lovely.
I'll show you the waterhole a bit later on. We're just packing up to head into Lawn Hill now, where we're going to show you around there with some canoes and everything else.
King. I'm gonna have to put my bloody hands in.
After you go. Where are we, Bill?
At the lookout
Of?
known as Dawadari. I got that.
Nice one.
Made it to the upper gorge.
Yeah, upper gorge lookout. Looks pretty specky. When you're heading along and you start the walk, it looks like there's like 6 different walks that you can go and do, but really it's just one big loop walk and they all sort of link together. So when you're deciding which one to do along the way, if you just do one big loop, you pretty much do them all, and we'll do it in about 2 hours or so, I reckon. Hopefully, because we got a booking with the canoes to canoe up the gorge. Righto, got your photo?
Yeah,
Right. So we've just about finished the loop walk back around. It's taken us probably 45 minutes to get from the very far lookout back again. And the walk furthest away from the water is actually really smooth and really easy. So you can do that in about 45 minutes or so.
Hotter, there's no shade.
Yeah.
And you're right in the middle of the flat. Whereas going back the other way, it was like this, a bit more tropical and cooler. It was much nicer going the first way we went, but we had to power back. But lovely.
And it was much steeper and much more rocky.
Yes.
But as long as you don't have one leg hopping the whole way, you'll be right.
I was puffing pretty hard, not gonna lie. So were you.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Living the dream.
Pay $50 for some kayaks or canoes. They give you this little shitty milk carton because they got bloody holes in it. A little while he was there just giving water out.
Lucky it's at the back.
Worth the $50.
Definitely at the back.
But legit, definitely worth $50 to go up this gorge on a canoe. It's absolutely unreal. There's only 6 there for hire, and the creek's what? Maybe 3 kilometres long, so you hardly see anyone. There's a few people with their own personal kayaks and canoes, but
as well,
the majority
because
of it,
there's 2 levels, so you have to get the kayak out, the canoe, sorry, and pull it over up to the next level where there's more falls, and I think that deters a few people.
See in the video.
I think it deters a few people, so there's definitely heaps less up here, which is awesome.
Take the canoe to the top falls, I said. You got a nice launch pad at this end.
There?
In your hop.
Don't, I know I'm gonna... Oh no, I'm alright.
And there's no hole in it, so that's a winner.
I'm shocked, honestly.
I think we just go straight down the waterfall. So here we are at the upper gorge of Lawn Hill. It's unreal. Belle's doing all the work. Good on you, Belle. So once you get the whole way up, it looks like you're almost going to be at the end, but then there's a small little channel that you can take your canoe up, and then you end up at this real nice spot in here. Falls over here, and just absolutely picturesque. What do you reckon?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah. So this is a little bit you have to squish up and go through. I think that's the most graceful dive I've ever seen you do.
Yeah.
So here we are at Adels Grove. I was going to go for a swim this morning after being here for 2 days to show you what it's like, but it's quite cold this morning. But we'll still go down and have a look. Went swimming the other day, absolutely beautiful. Nice swimming area, pontoon out in the middle. Got a tree up here you can jump off. So we've just packed up and left Lawn Hill, heading to the Northern Territory border. WA have just opened their borders to the Northern Territories, so we're getting a jump start by a day of what we're planning to start our 14 days in the Northern Territory to be allowed into WA, seeing the majority of our trip will be spent in WA. We don't want to risk getting locked out.
So get over there as quick as we can.
So yeah, we'll be heading up to Darwin, Kakadu, Litchfield and all that before heading over to WA. So until the next video, keep on cruising. And don't forget, like and subscribe.